Boys, we already know why we're here. This literally, after considering other options, I've determined this has to be the most shocking, unexpected trade in NBA history. Also, De'Aaron Fox has been traded to the Spurs. I'll make a video on that tomorrow. But yes, welcome back to another ASMR NBA discussion video. If you want to see the non-whispering ASMR version of this, I'm going to be dropping a face cam video tomorrow, diving more into the topic with different subtopics, obviously. But yeah, man, Luka Doncic was just traded for Anthony Davis. Now there are other parts attached to it, but I'm not even going to dive into that. The Utah Jazz are also involved in the trade, but their portion of the trade is damn near meaningless. Now let me encourage you, Dallas fans, because y'all are going through it. I'm not even a Timberwolves fan. I'm just an Ant fan. But when they traded Carl, who wasn't even their best player, their second best player, I lost it. I couldn't believe it. So I can't even fathom how y'all are feeling. But let me just offer some comfort. You guys still can make the Western Conference Finals with no Luka. I know you guys are upset. I'm just trying to be positive. That's the only positivity you're probably going to get in this video, but I do believe, as presently constructed, right after the trade, you have a 2-year window to make the finals, and you guys should at least make one conference finals appearance in the next 2 years. So you're not trash, even though you lost your best player, who's Luka freaking Doncic. You guys can still literally make the Western Conference now. That's all the positivity is. The positivity has just ended. Because what the actual hell was your GM thinking, trading a generational top 3 to 4 player at the very beginning of their actual prime for an injury-prone player who's 31? Even though you get, I don't even say a better opportunity, you don't get a better, because Luka just took you guys to the finals. But I guess you have more balance, you have a better fitting team. Also a little bit more positivity after the trade. Clearly the Lakers won the trade. I'm not even going to try to make an argument for the Mavericks. The Lakers gained a 25 generational talent. They won the trade. However, if you look at both rosters, assuming the Lakers don't make another move, if you just took both rosters right now, Anthony Davis on the Mavericks and how the Lakers look right now, I actually like the Mavericks roster better, right? Only for this season. I'm just talking about this season. I like the Mavericks roster better. I like the Mavericks roster better than the Lakers. Now, by saying that, the positivity has ended, because I understand that there were some reports saying that Luka Doncic has came in out of shape. He's like up to 270 pounds. I don't care if he's 370 pounds, bro. He literally just took you to an NBA Finals while being overweight, and injured. So how was that a concern all of a sudden when he literally proved to you he could still carry you guys to the finals? And he's young. This could be something he grows out of. You're telling me he's never gonna get his diet improved later in his career? Like, come on, man. So I don't want to hear about the weight being an issue or a reason why the Mavericks traded Luka. I was talking to my friend on the phone. I was telling him they pretty much did the opposite of what the Timberwolves did. The Timberwolves traded Carl to extend their championship window opportunity. The Mavericks shrunk it. They slightly made their team more balanced and maybe more well-equipped to win now, but gave up the next 5 to 10 years, because you don't have a window after the next 2 to 3 years. The window's done. It's over. Unless you somehow manage to get Luka back. Luka back. It's over. But I do think Kyrie and Anthony Davis, with the surrounding parts that you have, assuming that you're able to keep them, I think you guys can be in the Western Conference with the Thunder. I also think you made it easier for other teams to make it as well. Example being the Timberwolves, or I don't really believe in the Rockets, so I'll say the Nuggets or something like that. I think the Mavericks weakened themselves in those regards in terms of because they had 2 clutch scorers. Now they only have one constant clutch scorer, and that's Kyrie. But now let's talk about the Lakers perspective. Lakers perspective. Also check the description. I know I'm saying this hella late in the video. It's already 5 minutes in, but make sure you check the into some of them in this video, but there's a lot to talk about. So let's talk about the Lakers' point of things. You guys got worse this season, just this season. Like I said, you won the trade because you got a generational 25-year-old, so you won the long-term trade. I'm not talking about that. But for this season specifically, unless you guys make another move, you guys got worse this season. Yes, it may be a hot take, maybe I might be by myself. A 40-year-old LeBron James and Luka Doncic with no big man and barely any defensive perimeter or interior players on the Lakers is not going to get you guys in the finals or out of the West. It's just not. Now maybe you can get like a Nick Claxton or a Robert Williams or some type of versatile defender or something. Maybe try and get Jaden McDaniels. Please, Timberwolves, don't trade Jaden McDaniels. But I'm saying, as presently constructed, I like the Mavericks roster more than the Lakers roster right at this very moment. I'm not talking about in a week from now. I'm not talking about 3 years from now. I'm not even saying that the Mavericks won the trade, because that would just be delusional. That's just delusional if you think giving up a 25 generational talent who took you to the finals is the winning answer, and you get in return a 31 two-way beast. But still, the Lakers, you guys did get worse for the season. I don't see you guys making it out past the second round. I would be surprised. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it would be a surprise to me if you guys made it past the second round with this team. Usually, like I said, you already had issues at the center's position. AD wanted to play the 4, so now guess what? You didn't have a 5. Now you don't got a 4 or a 5, unless they just plan on putting LeBron at the 4 now. But yeah, I don't like this for the Lakers at all. I do like this for the Lakers. Excuse me. They extended their window. I do like this for the Lakers. Obviously, you need a plan set in stone after LeBron retires, or if he leaves for whatever reason. Now they have that answer. They can build around Luka, and the way to build around Luka is similar to LeBron. So they already have some pieces intact that will work well with Luka. Luka would work well with Luka Doncic. We got some water effects going on, but yeah, man, the Lakers definitely won the long-term haul. However, now I feel like there's gonna be more speculation with this team. Are they gonna trade Austin Reeves now? Would you be surprised if they traded LeBron? What if LeBron's next? What if they traded LeBron for like Evan Mobley and Darius Garland? Nah, the Cleveland wouldn't give all that up for old LeBron. What if they tried to get like Jared Allen and Darius Garland, or Jared Allen and some bigs? They want a big. I feel like they're gonna try and go after one of the two bigs in Cleveland. So, do you think it is possible in the next year or two that the Lakers would consider trading LeBron? Because I feel like LeBron and Luka are two similar types of players, especially now that LeBron is older and can't be the versatile defender he once was in his Miami and his Cleveland days. So I wonder what direction the franchise is going to go in with that, in terms of, do we want to keep an old-ass non-defensive playing LeBron, or do we really want to fully commit to a rebuild and build around Luka Doncic and just, like, not blow it up, because you guys will still be contenders, but blow it up in terms of this isn't the same team that you guys just had. So the Lakers definitely have some questions that they need to find answers for. They need to figure out what direction are they going to do, because right now they still have a 40-year-old LeBron and a 25-year-old Luka. You can only build around one of them. You can't prepare for the future and try to immediately win now. You have to choose a direction. What do you want to do? Do you want to try to contend now with Luka and LeBron, or do you want to worry just about Luka's future and then shop LeBron? So the Lakers are going to have to figure out exactly what they want to do, Okay, now last thing I wanted to talk about before we get up out of here. I might talk about one more thing actually, but one of the last two things I wanted to mention is the James Harden, Luka Doncic narrative. Now, that has been a thing with Luka, whether you agree with it or not, since the beginning of his career, maybe since the draft. They talk about how Luka Doncic is pretty much just James Harden. Now, we've come to figure that that's not the case because well, they're very, 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 very similar, but it's not quite the case because Luka's taller, a more natural passer, even though James Harden averages similar assist, and he's more clutch, and Luka's a better post-up player, so I'm not going to act like there aren't major differences as well. But in terms of play style, being overweight, mentality, I think, in my opinion, he is very James Harden-esque. Now, I'm not saying, oh, it's empty stats. No, I don't. I think, first of all, I think saying that about James Harden is kind of disrespectful too, but certainly saying that about Luka is disrespectful. I'm not saying that his stats are empty. But clearly, the Dallas Mavericks felt like they could only go so far with Luka. I'm saying this trade does not help fight off the James Harden narrative, the narrative that Luka is basically a European James Harden. This trade does not help fight against that notion. It does not help it. Like I said, we may not agree with it, but I feel like, honestly, unless Luka Doncic wins a championship in the next 2 years, I feel like his value has decreased in terms of his perception around the league. I'm not saying he's not a top 5 player anymore. I'm not saying he's not nice. I'm not saying he's not valued. But I feel like the Celtics value Tatum more. I feel like the Tatum is more valued by the Celtics. I feel like Anthony Edwards is more valued by the Timberwolves. I feel like other franchise players, they're more valued now. Unless Luka wins a ring now, because how can you be as valuable as the other superstars and your team doesn't even want to keep you in your prime? Alright, so I'm out. Peace. Hey, it's sad though.